Hey everyone, how's it going? Okay, that's great. So, welcome back to the channel The Call You Read. Today, I decided to venture to the subreddit r slash unpopular opinion. Now, I guess you're going to think that it's a really easy thing for me to do. Everyone's doing it. And plus, with 1.7 million Redditors that are subscribed to the subreddit, it's already filled to the brim with things that aren't even unpopular opinion. Either they are super popular common sense opinions, honestly, or they're just karma farming at this point. Like they're going to put stuff like I prefer fucking cereals with ketchup, and then well, of course it's gonna be unpopular because that would taste like shit. But it's not going to be an opinion. They're just making stuff up on the way. It's like pressing the middle button in your predictive text, trying to see what comes up. Yeah, but let's just give it a benefit of the doubt. So I sorted by hot, and these are the things that I see. Let's give them a read. Let's read the descriptions and think about it if it's really that unpopular. So the first one I found was, I absolutely despise movie posters as book covers. And the description follows, I don't know if that's actually unpopular. No, not really. But I haven't seen anyone talking about it, and it's been bothering me for a while. I hate it so much when an aesthetically pleasing, rather minimalistic book cover is replaced by the movie poster for newer editions. I know it's not a big deal, but it feels like I'm buying some behind the scenes book or a script instead of a novel. And most of the time it's ugly, or at least cheap looking. I guess there are advertising reasons behind it, but it just doesn't work for me. I also feel like it's limiting my fantasy and kind of forces me to imagine everything in the book exactly like it was in the movie. Okay, so to be fair, the first thing that comes to mind is the Fault in Our Stars book. Yeah, like first we have that cloud thing, the whole okay period like question mark okay period, the one in the black and white clouds. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And then there's like the movie poster version of that, the one with the chick from Divergent, and then the guy plays as her brother in the movie Divergent, but in that John Green book, they're somehow lovers, so maybe that's the Fault in Their Stars. I don't know, man. Yeah, so that's the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, so to be fair, I kind of resonate with this, but not really in the context that this is an unpopular opinion. Because, like, one person points out in the comments, this person says, I think this is extremely popular. And OP replies, yeah, maybe. I just figure that because it's done by so many publishers, it might be something that's generally well received. Okay, good point. If there's going to be less demand for it, it would be a puzzle why there's so much supply. Okay, makes sense. And then the person replies, I've noticed if the store has the option for the movie poster and the original cover, the movie one will be slightly cheaper. It's all mind games to get you to invest in both. And then OP replies, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so to be fair, I do know friends that love books, and when a book comes out, they would usually opt for the ones with the cool covers that don't have people on it. Or if it were people, it's just generic people, it's not celebrities, we know. But I cannot exactly relate because, okay, so to be honest, I don't like reading. Not that I have some sort of disorder, I'm not dyslexic or whatever, it's weird to self-diagnose. I just have a hard time reading. I cannot focus on something, my eyes just jump around, there's no coherence when I read something. Yeah, so what I usually go for is podcasts, if there are, of that genre that I want, or an audiobook or something. Yeah, so I would hate it. Probably my version of that hell would be, I would hate it if instead of like a good voice actor or actress doing the thing, like they just get like the actors or actresses from the movie doing the thing, so now everything just feels like it's from the movie, and I don't like that. Yeah, plus the fact that movies are super limited. Everyone knows that movies just trim down stuff from the books. Let me give you an example. So, one of the shining moments of me reading a full novel was the memoirs of a geisha, one of the two. So, I had to read that for a high school project. I had to draw something from it. I had to, write bullshit about it. And then I decided to watch the movie, and I realized the movie cut out a lot of stuff from the book. For example, if you've watched the movie, well and good. If not, spoilers, but it's over 10 years already, so I'm not sure what I'm spoiling you for. Anyway, yeah, so the book actually mentions that she had a sister who ran away before she did, so she was left alone in there, and plus the mom died, so the father brilliantly thought to sell her to slavery, that kind of thing. So, like, yeah, it would have been nicer if it was at least hinted out in the movie, even just glimpses of those backstory that I mentioned, because it would really flesh out her character. What I mean by that is the movie kind of makes it seem like, she likes this shit. Yeah, like her life's purpose is to impress that chairman guy. Something. It just makes her sound like a simp, but like female version. So a regular girl. People are gonna come after me for that. I'm so sorry, but yeah, it just kind of makes her look kind of superficial. Versus if you stayed true to the book, how that gold guy. I'm too lazy to Google his name right now. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the way the author envisioned it is at least it kind of shows that her life has been shit. But if she could at least experience like genuine love from someone who won't sell her or abandon her, at least like her life would have some fruition to it, which is why she really wants to win the affection of the chairman guy. Yeah, it doesn't seem superficial anymore. At least like she has real motivations for doing what she does. Yeah, so I kind of understand also what they mean by, like when you see the actor or actress, it just kind of throttles your imagination. So I don't know, maybe the Harry Potter thing, the whole people just kind of assumed Hermione, if I'm saying her name right, to be white or something like everyone else. Yeah, and then turns out the author tweets about how she's actually black in her mind. So now there's quite a dissonance already between the movie adaptation and the book. But yeah, that's not really the point. The point really is this really unpopular? No. It's just not typed out a lot on Reddit, but it's really on everyone's minds. Yeah. So, it's raining. Cool. So the next one is the last 2 years of high school should focus on life skills, how to keep and find a job, how to manage finances, how to build healthy relationships, etc. Says this guy called Dr. Danger 1999. Cool. So description reads, everything you should know. English, math, and so on. That's everything you should know. English, math, and things we will not mention. They should be finished by at least the 10th grade. They should have the final 2 years focused on learning tools to be a successful adult. So, okay, what I feel about this is that it's not really unpopular because it's something I've thought of, my friends have thought of, older people sort of thought of. Yeah, it's funny to me because the nature of these thoughts is I think of them when I know I failed an exam. Like those bitter times you go, I failed this exam, but it's no problem. I'm not gonna use it in real life. Who cares about fucking algebra? Like I don't use that when I go to a grocery, whatnot. I just shoplift. Oh God, yeah. So, yeah, I think this stems from a place of bitterness sometimes because the thing is, school already has curriculum rather, for things that would be applicable to real life. We're just not using it properly, as evidenced by anti-maskers or something, anti-vaxxers, everything that rhymes with that. It's amazing. So if you do have these in the curriculum, I don't think people would really pay attention to it, especially like managing finances, the whole taxes stuff, how to keep and find the job. Yeah, no one's really gonna pay attention to that. Maybe how to build healthy relationships, but that sounds like something in theory. Like in theory, like hey, don't beat up your wife, that kind of thing. But like, yeah, that should come off as a common sense thing, and then when you're pushed out in the real world, it's just really up to you, man. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to test that. How do you test that? The thing maybe that they want to emphasize on is this part. They should have the final 2 years focus on learning tools to be a successful adult. And then going through the comments, either people are like, yeah, or they would go like, this is something that you have to learn from your parents, maybe. It's like based on experiences from people that they pass on to you because maybe they love you, or they just don't want to pay your bail money if you flunk in life or something. Yeah, so yeah, and then there's quite a debate, but not really, in the comment section about like, do you have to expect your parents to teach you this or not? So maybe the whole real point is just whether or not school is obligated to teach you things that people had to learn by themselves. Well, everything technically is something you have to learn by yourself. You kind of have to learn math by yourself at some point. Like you have 5 wives, 2 die, how many are left? Oh, 3, fuck. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's just something you kind of learn by yourself, sort of. Yeah, so this is kind of like a split thing, honestly. Do you have to stop certain things so that you can learn things that people could already teach you when you're at home? I don't know, man. So it's kind of like a divided thing. So yeah, good job on being sort of unpopular. Not really unpopular, just ambiguous opinion. Yeah, Dr. Danger 1999. Okay, so another one. Yeah, okay, this is interesting because this person says smoking and drinking during pregnancy should be punishable by law. The girlfriend of a good friend of mine is pregnant and won't stop smoking. That's not funny. That's really not funny. But what I'm laughing about is it's like it's like she won't stop smoking because she's pregnant. Oh, me too. She also goes out and comes home drunk. I don't know. It's just the image in my brain. Maybe like oh shit. I see 2 lines on the pregnancy test. Oh, where are my smokes? Yeah, that kind of bizarre image in my head. She is currently destroying the life of a person before it even started. So not really a life. And I wish we could just call the police and have her locked up or something. We feel so helpless in this situation. Okay, this is not unpopular in the sense that smoking or drinking is actually good for the child. You may even argue that you have to smoke and drink twice as much because you're doing it for 2, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think this is more on how there is no legal action that they can take against this woman. I don't know, that's kind of like a split thing, really. But then again, if the child comes out no, I wouldn't say defective. That sounds like a product. eBay, eBaby, haha, funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess if that child comes out with some health problems, physical deformities, and if the mom isn't able, if the parents, the girlfriend and the so-called good friend of the poster, if the parents couldn't seem to provide for their needs, I think that falls under negligence. Yeah, then I think maybe they can go to jail for that, or just the girlfriend who is pregnant and won't stop smoking. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you really want legal action, you should probably let the girlfriend keep smoking and drinking until it shows in the baby. Yeah, oh god, that sounds terrible of me to say. Don't quote me on that. This one, it says being fit is not an quote unrealistic body type. Description says, I understand people who have plastic surgery or use steroids can have unrealistic bodies, but it seems like we label anyone with a nice body as having an unrealistic body type. This doesn't make sense because these bodies are perfectly achievable by the average Joe. or average Jane, because I can't imagine an average Joe that wants, full hips or something. Okay, it just takes dedication. It's like we try to demonize people who are fit now, just just because they make some people feel insecure. A six pack and pecs isn't unrealistic. It's just hard to get there. You know what else is hard? Okay, so this person edits in. The six pack and pecs was a bad choice of words. I mean, being a healthy weight is possible for almost everyone, and unless you have a medical condition. Losing or gaining weight is more difficult for some people as well, but I don't think we should label in-shape bodies as unrealistic because someone worked hard for that body and it is 100% real. Are you sure? Wake up, John, we're in a simulation. Kidding. I also think it's discouraging to say these things are unrealistic because a lot of people who are unhealthy, could become healthy. It just takes dedication. Sorry to anyone I offended. Have a good day, Redditors. Yeah, okay, so to be fair, okay, this is the one that strikes me as what makes you think is unpopular. It's unpopular. I don't get what part of that is unpopular. I could call it that if maybe you do live in some sort of place, some cultural geography wherein it really is labeled unrealistic to be, as this person says, healthy, whether or not you have six pack abs or something. Because here in the Philippines, being overweight is definitely not a problem. But yeah. My point being, I don't understand where you're exactly coming from that people would label it as unrealistic. Yeah, so I think this is more of maybe this person lives in a place wherein the people who are, quote, unhealthy are quite defensive about their weight. I think maybe this person felt the need to make this post because perhaps based on the reaction people tend to give off when they are not in the healthy body type category. Okay, so maybe most of the time these are people who are overweight. Yeah, because one of the people that commented, which kind of sums up how I feel, is this comment that says it's only unrealistic to people because it's normal now to be overweight. So now I kind of see the context. So maybe this is made in a place wherein, I'm not saying it's the United States, but a place wherein obesity and type 2 diabetes is considered an epidemic. Yeah, so maybe that's why they feel this way. Yeah, but then again, sometimes I feel like it's in the way people deliver the news to someone who is unhealthy. Yeah, so instead of sometimes thinking about the action, people tend to zoom into the reaction. And I'm not saying it's your fault for telling your friend, hey, you kind of have to take care of yourself. I'm not saying you're the asshole for that. Okay, so let me give you a case study. Gross. A case study about this situation. So say you've been with this person for years now, and you kind of realize they're losing attraction for you, and then your friend says something like, oh, your husband is not attracted to you anymore because you're fucking fat. So yeah, that's really offensive because you make this one aspect of this person be the whole cause for the end of a good relationship, that kind of thing, versus if you put it in a more wholesome manner. Maybe I'm not saying sugar coated, I'm just saying more holistically, saying something like, oh, it's I don't know, you let yourself go. Oh, that sounds just as harsh, but something about you're not taking care of yourself that much, and yeah, it maybe radiates into the relationship. So that's a more holistic approach, because now it's not just about, oh, you're a fat fucking whale. It's more about the thing you put in your body, your hygiene also, the time you go to sleep, that kind of thing, how you smell, it's as I said, it's a more holistic thing. Yeah, so maybe it's because sometimes when we approach the word fat or overweight, the more clinical term, but it's just the same thing, like when you sit down, your thighs touch together. Then like if you're a woman, you have boobs, or if you're a guy with man boobs, like when you sit down, there's like a sweat between, like your chest and the tummy. Then you have to rub it off. Yeah, that very specific detail. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So like sometimes it's the way we approach the word fat. Like instead of it just being some sort of adjective, it's a noun. Well, fat is also a noun. I'm so sorry, but I mean more like instead of just saying this is Janice and Janice and she just happens to be fat, like yeah, okay, cool. But like maybe in Janice's head she heard it more like this is Janice the fat. Like yeah, like that's it. That's the entire thing that Janice plays in our life. Like if everyone was part of a meal, she was the fat. No, that doesn't make sense. Sorry. Yeah, my point is maybe it's just somehow the way people overreact to something. And then when someone with a according to this person, an achievable body comes along, they just go like, oh, well, yeah, they work out, but they don't take care of kids the way I do. Ha ha ha. Like, oh, yeah, sure, they eat healthy, but I bet the food they eat is like really fucking expensive, like the whole quinoa thing that looks like bird seeds. Yeah, I can't afford that. That's why I'm like the way I am, maybe, I guess. So I think the better way of just talking about this post is you just want to shut down people who sour grape people with good bodies, that kind of thing, which is it really unpopular? No, not really. So that's gonna do it for now. I apologize if I went through just a few posts. I just want to have a feel of reading things that are longer and not just silly memes like the first video I did. And also I want to get a hang of making commentary as I go along the way. I apologize if I repeat a certain word unconsciously. I'm sorry. Maybe next time I would have to script the things I say. And if you like the game that's playing in the background, it's called Dead Ahead. It's offline. It's a zombie game. That's what I like the most. I remember playing this when I was grade 7. And I did not sleep until I got the 200 kill combo. Yeah, it ruined my life, and I'm doing it again. I'm so happy. And I would like to thank my 3 subscribers so far. So I believe I met you guys on Reddit. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to visit the link and then come over and give me views and even like give me your input on what I can improve. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you're not those guys and you're listening, and then you're probably thinking, oh, she forces people on Reddit to watch her channel. No, that's not it. That wasn't what I meant to do at all. So I really appreciate those guys for making the time to do that for me. And yeah, let me know if you like this game in the background. Would you like to have more games playing while I read stuff to you? If so, what games? Or if you're just okay with this game over and over, different locations, that's cool too. Yeah, let me know in the comment below what you would like in the background for the next video. And I'll end it here. Thank you, and see you guys next time.